Hello, my name is Amy Hughes, and I am reviewing I Never Saw Another Butterfly, a book of children's drawings and poems from the Terezin concentration camp of 1942-1944. This book has an amazing foreword that was written by Chaim Potok. I'm probably butchering that name. This book is a collection of children's poetry and artwork from this particular concentration camp. The whole collection is on loan to the United States Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. If you have a chance to get it, I would go see it. I would definitely recommend it. I've been there a few times, and it's amazing. This particular collection includes poetry and art and artifacts from children in this particular concentration camp. It was a walled ghetto, and it's now known as the Czech Republic and has gone back to being just a beautiful, quaint little town. It was a transit camp for people who were en route to Auschwitz and other extermination camps. This artwork and poetry came about from Mrs. Dicker Friedel Brandeis, who entered the camp in December of 1942. She was an art teacher and brought supplies with her, and she wanted to help the children be able to express themselves. And so she would collect any paper that she could find on the ground, from receipts or from forms that were filled out that were thrown away. She would just any kind of paper that she could find, she would hoard and save for these children to do artwork and poetry on. This does meet the requirement of the poetry category because it helps you reflect and meets the criteria of helping us understand and connect to other people's emotions and seeing what they are going through. It also helps children explain their emotions and their situation, and it definitely creates imagery for us. I wanted to share a couple of poems and artwork with you. I thought this was beautifully done. It's done by a little boy named Teddy, and he wrote this poem to go along with it. He says, "When a new child comes, everything seems strange to him. What, on the ground I have to lie? Eat black potatoes? No, not I. I've got to stay. It's dirty here. The floor, why, look, it's dirt, I fear. And I'm supposed to sleep on it? I'll get all dirty. Hear the sound of shouting cries, and oh, so many flies. Everyone knows flies carry disease. Ooh, something bit me. Wasn't that a bed bug? Here in Terezin, life is hell, and when I'll go home again, I can't yet tell." Another thing I wanted to share with you was the way the children felt united. Here you can see a little drawing by a little child, Koliba. She did this February 26, 1944, and showed them all holding hands, which I thought shows a united front for them. Here's some other artwork in the book, and I wanted to share with you this poem. Who was helpless back in Prague, and who was rich before? He's a poor soul here in Terezin, his body's bruised and sore. Who was toughened up before? He'll survive these days. But who was used to servants will sink into his grave. Talking about how you have to be tough to survive the concentration camp. Here's another beautiful image of nature in the book. And this little child, Pavel Friedman, wrote this poem about the title of the book, and this is the butterfly. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears would sing against a white stone, such a yellow, is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, pinned up inside this ghetto, but I have found what I love here, the dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut branches in the court, only I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one, butterflies don't live here in the ghetto, explaining about all the disease and death and rampant things that they just can't find the beauty of a butterfly inside the ghetto. Here is some other artwork. This is full of beautiful artwork by children, and I hope that you enjoy this book. It would definitely help to explain to your child or children that you are with, why the children were in the ghetto, why they were in this concentration camp, help you to explain a little bit about World War II and the children's feelings of being in that camp. I hope you enjoy the book. It's beautifully done and beautifully shares a lot of poetry by children and a lot of beautiful artwork by them too.